Welkom by nog 'n episode van nisBOERE in die pragtige kweekhuis by Rosemary Hill. Vandag gaan ek in 'n paar tonnels kuier waar plante so bietjie kleiner is. En soos altyd het ek saam met my hierso Corneil Liebenberg, bemarkingsdirekteur by Laveld Agrochem. Philip Venter, markontwikkelingsbestuurder ook by Laveld Agrochem en Russell de Pre hoof van die Russell Stone groep. Kyk, ek het al baie gehoor 'n mens moet soveel as moontlik groen blare probeer in jou liggaam kry. Nou hierdie is microgreens. Ken julle microgreens?
Nie regtig, ek ken daai kort grasies wat die gym verkoop so in 'n nagmaalglasie, maar dis al.
Philip?
Nee, ek weet my vrou wil altyd vir my daai slaaitjies so goed as gee, maar dit maak my nie vol nie. Dis maar die vleis en die aardappels waar agter ek is.
Ek dink dit is 'n massiewe beweging in die vegan gedeelte. Ek dink is 'n groeiende gedeelte. So ek sal like om 'n bietjie meer te leer.
Nou maar kom ons doen dit. Ons gaan kuier by die First Light Farm waar hulle met microgreens boer daar in die Midlands van Natal. Andrew, Byron, baie dankie dat ek by julle kan kuier vandag. Microgreens is 'n baie opwindende topic. Vertel vir my, miskien Andrew, hoe dit alles begin.
First Light Farms started in 2017, straight after Byron and I had finished university. And being unemployed straight out of university, we got chatting, we tried to think of something we can do together, and microgreens came up. So after a bit of research and all that stuff, we put in a bit of our pocket money, decided we're going to go for it, and we actually started in this garage right here with a couple LED lights that we hung off the ceiling, a couple tables, a couple trays, and bought some seeds online, and we went from there. As we picked up customers, we moved on to bigger wholesalers, which eventually led us moving out of this garage and into the tunnels that you can see around us today, and pack shed, planting shed, germination room.
Ons is in die Midlands en dis 'n familieplaas hierdie, né?
Yes, that's right. It's a farm that I grew up with my family. The whole idea was to come back from university and try and intensify the land that we have. I mean, it is a sugarcane farm, but there's spots around the farm where it doesn't suit the cane. So now we've kind of filled up the gaps, trying to intensify every bit of acreage we have here.
First Light Farms, waar kom die naam vandaan?
The idea was because of microgreen, it goes from a seed to a sprout and then to a shoot or cotyledon. Then it sees its first light.
Verduidelik net vir my in die gewone man se taal, wat presies is 'n microgreen?
A microgreen it's basically a seed of any type. It could be a vegetable or herb, anything like that. So it can range from a broccoli to a cauliflower to basil, rockets, green pea, which then germinates, sprouts, and forms a cotyledon.
The first leaf, it comes from the seed, the actual seed itself.
Yeah.
So it's completely different and unique to the next stage of leaves.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's got a completely different look. A rocket doesn't look like a rocket.
And at that stage, as it forms that cotyledon, it's nice and healthy. We then cut that, package it, and send it to market.
Let's go look at
Sure.
Cool.
Let's
Yes,
go around.
yeah.
the process.
So this is actually where the first stage of the process starts. So we got our trays that we plant the microgreens in. So we use coconut coir because it holds a lot of moisture. So if we take some out of here, we can actually squeeze and you'll get some water out, but it actually looks very dry.
Yeah.
So it's a good balance. The soil is sterile.
You can't just use any soil.
Yeah, you can't use any soil. So we want to use soil with the least amount of things inside. So we only want microgreens, the seed that we got, that's all we want, just the microgreens, the seed to grow.
Wat se saadjies is hierdie dan nou?
So this is red amaranth seed. As you see, they're spreading it nice and evenly across the tray. We try to eliminate clumping and obviously try to get the best seed layout we can. So the plants have more space, you can breathe.
Aeration.
A lot of aeration.
En dis is gewone saadjies. I can buy these seeds anyway.
Yes, you can buy them seed. Once a seed has been placed, it gets a light watering. But then we stack it after that. So we stack it maybe about 8 high, and once it's stacked, that then goes into the germination room to germinate.
So the main benefit of stacking the trays is that not only does it lock in the moisture through the germination process, it also puts pressure on the top of the seed, which then plants the seed deeper into the cocoa mix. Wow. Therefore, it's got maximum surface area on the seed, which benefits the germination.
Once it's in the germination room, it's germinated, we then take those germinated trays and we go and put them in the tunnel.
Well, it's nice and warm in here, which is, I suppose, good for the plants.
Yes, yeah, the plants like a bit of heat. Obviously, it allows them to grow. We also like a bit of humidity, not too much, and we don't like too much heat either.
Yeah.
So we've got blinds on either side of the tunnel. We open up, allows a nice cool breeze to come through.
The fact that I can't recognize the plants is a good thing because they are different. That's what you said. The
Yes, they are different. This here is red amaranth.
Okay.
This is obviously
the ones
a bit
we've just been
similar.
planting.
We've just planted that, yeah. This is the stage that we harvest at. Obviously, we've got a nice full tray here.
And this is also one.
That's at a different stage. That will be harvested in a week's time. It's the same plant.
In a week's time.
In a week's time, that'll hopefully be at the same stage as this.
Our signature product is a mix of all our greens. And what is unique about ours is that we try to put as many colors and inside it. And the amaranth is obviously the most vibrant color of the bunch. This kind of is the cherry on the top for the chefs. They can bring a whole new dynamic to the plate by adding a bit of you get your purples and your reds and your greens. And so it's quite an important crop for us to grow.
So we've got 2 other tunnels. We grow different varieties in here. We obviously try to keep each variety together, so we can monitor that, and kind of they enjoy growing a little bit different areas. Watering is a bit complicated with these small trays. With the microgreens, we don't want to get water on the leaves. We want to keep the leaves as dry as possible.
All of them?
So the younger plants, when they just come into germination, and for a few days afterwards, then we spray on top. That's fine. The leaves are very open. They can dry very quickly. But once it gets to the stage when the leaves are big and there's a bulk canopy, we actually water from the sides.
Sure.
So we try not to disturb the leaves. We try to keep them as clean as possible, and it's all watered from the side throughout. So very labor intensive.
If something's really not growing well because of climatic reasons, then we actually cut it down to, instead of planting 200 trays of it, we maybe only plant 50 or so.
Yeah.
And then, it just saves us the headache, and the customers are getting good produce, good quality produce.
I saw on your website you've got edible flowers, which is obviously the violets, am I right?
Violets, dianthus, cornflowers, seasonal as well.
Yeah, so this is our first tunnel we put up on the farm. Obviously, it is around Hoop House tunnel. But yeah, we got microgreens and edible flowers. Obviously, trial and error in the beginning. We've just decided it's the same niche market. The same customers that we sell the microgreens would possibly buy the flowers.
Absolutely.
And no one was really doing either the flowers or the microgreens seriously in Natal. I mean, there was a few hobby growers and some people that were around. We're the first people to come and actually say, okay, we're going to do this as a sole business, and we'll make it our first priority to get the best flowers to the best microgreens. And so it was a touch and go whether we're going to do them or not, but we said it's a niche market, it's our type of thing, so why not try?
Shall we go check out what harvesting looks like?
Let's go and look what we got.
Okay, cool. Hello ladies. Hi. So dit is oestyd nou hierso. Harvest time.
Yeah, so obviously we bring the stuff in from the tunnels, everything, all the microgreens that are already at good height, bring them into the room, cool them down, get them to a nice temperature. We got obviously aircon. We've got the ladies they got scissors, so they actually take scissors, take off all the microgreens just above the medium. And then that goes into a packet, into the fridge, and then that'll be packaged and processed later.
Once packaged, they should last sometimes up to 2 weeks, but we like to tell our customers in between 7 and 10 days.
Okay, later gaan julle vir my 'n werkswinkel gee oor hoe om dit self te doen, né?
Yes, we're going to do a DIY demonstration.
All right, cool.
Let's go.
In 'n paar jaar het hierdie 2 jong entrepreneurs 'n redelike nisboerdery opgebou. Maar na die breek wys Andrew ons hoe jy microgreens in jou eie kombuis kan groei. So Andrew, As ek by my lieflike kombuis is by die huis en ek wil nou my eie microgreens maak. Waar sal jy hulle sit in die kombuis?
I think the best place for it to be would probably a well-lit windowsill.
Windowsill.
Yeah, with not too much afternoon sun. Obviously, you want it, you want to protect it from rain and all that. You want to water it yourself.
So where am I going to get my soil?
You can just go to any gardening shop and buy, a seedling mix or a potting soil, something that's relatively light, not too dense, and sterile. The main thing you'll need, okay, so we'll do it together, so I'll give you a tray as well.
Thanks, man.
Okay, it can be any tray, it can be a yogurt tub, it could be literally anything that can hold the medium.
And it is not, it's not filtrating, the water is not going
It doesn't have to be, but you can. The second thing you'll need is obviously a good medium or substrate. So here we've got our coconuts, but like I said, you can find anything.
Yeah.
As long as you don't grab it from outside, you're gonna have some issues. You're gonna want to spread that out on your thing. You don't want to pat it down, but not too hard. So the seeds you can probably buy any nursery. Try find organic, untreated seeds.
Okay.
Reason for that is because you're going to be eating it within a week or two. So
Yeah.
you don't want anything that's been treated with chemicals because then it's going to end up in your system. So even here, even on a bigger scale, we don't use anything that's treated and most of it's non-GMO. So what you're going to want to do then after that, once you're happy with how your medium's spread, take your seeds, I'll pass it over to you.
Okay.
And you just want to sprinkle it, not too much. You don't want to put them too close together. So as you can see, I'm trying to get like a consistent spacing in between the seeds, like that.
And I can mix the seeds. I can have different.
You can mix. They might grow at different lengths, but at home that shouldn't be an issue. And the last thing is just any water, tap water, preferably not chlorine, but it should be good from the tap. And then you just want to give it a spritz. Just wet the surface of the seeds.
Yeah.
Try to cover it as much as you can. So now it's wet now, and when you put this on top, kind of push it down, push the seeds into the medium itself.
Okay.
And this will lock in the moisture. That's one thing, and it'll also create like a germination chamber type of thing. That's pretty much it. So now you'll put this. You can put it in a dark place for 2-3 days.
Oh, dark place.
It doesn't need sun right away. It's actually preferably a dark place might be a bit better.
Okay.
Because it won't dry out as quickly.
Wel, ek het iets nuuts geleer nou, dankie.
Yeah. So dark place. It doesn't have to be dark. It could be anywhere as long as it's not getting too hot.
Okay.
And then after 2-3 days, I mean, you can check it. If it's dried out, you can always just give it another spritz.
En dan as jy nou moet kyk, dan gaan jy maar seker maar net, hoe gaan jy kyk? Gaan jy kyk of hy gebreek het of gaan jy hom oplig en kyk of hy worteltjies gemaak het?
They'll actually open up. It will crack,
So
like you
jy sal
said.
dit sien.
Yeah, and you'll see a tail that actually shoots out and starts digging into the medium. Every day or so, just check. Maybe pour some water, apply water to the side instead of applying on top. After about 10 to 14 days, you just take your scissors, you cut it and throw it on your salad or your wrap or whatever you're planning to do with it.
Exactly. Een ding wat ek nou gesien het, is baie van die grond, as hy nou klaar gegroei het, en jy het nou dit geoes, dan is daar 'n klomp grond wat oorbly. Wat doen jy dan? Jy moet dit seker kan gebruik op 'n manier.
What we then do is we pile them up, and then after our delivery goes off, we collect all the trays, we take it to a compost heap, where we then chuck all this stuff out with its roots. So obviously you're leaving the roots behind, and then that we turn and we're trying to compost it. Yeah. So we'll be recycling the medium, and we're not really wasting much at all. So every step of the process is a zero waste.
Wat is die voordele daaraan vir my en vir jou om microgreens te gebruik?
Okay, well, seeing as the seed itself, I mean, what we just planted here is mustard seed. It holds a lot of reserve, nutritious reserve in the seed. And because the plant needs these reserves to shoot in their initial stages, I mean, that's why you need to feed plants with fertilizer or something at a later stage, because they can no longer live off these seed reserves. But at this stage, it is living off the seed reserves. And when you harvest and eat that, you are now benefiting from those reserves.
Is dit vir my nogal interessant dat mense nou eers regtig microgreens begin gebruik en waardeer. Ek wonder net hoekom dit nie al vroeër gedoen is nie, of dit vroeër gedoen is, weet jy?
Well, I think people have become so back in the day they were so used to the conventional way of farming, where you put a seed in the ground, you grow it to big and cut it
As big as possible. Yeah.
Whereas I think as it came along and we started realizing the nutritional value of eating younger plants, and started thinking, you know what, we can actually cut it when it's 2 weeks old instead of a month old or whatever, or 3 months old. And yeah, people started to warm up over the idea of doing things differently, and I think that's what changed the whole way people are thinking about food now.
So al wat ek nog moet sien is die verpakking wat jy later vir my kan gaan wys, né?
Yes, that's right.
It looks so much like chocolate. It's like you want to go.
It does. Well, let's go check.
Jy hoef nie groen vingers te hê om microgreens te groei nie. Dit lyk mos asof enigiemand dit in die kombuis kan groei. Maar hierna is dit terug na besigheid en ons gaan uitvind hoe First Light Farms hulle produk in die mark kry. Hallo julle. Hallo. So as julle nou nie vandag met my besig was nie, wat sou julle gedoen het, want julle is nogal hands-on.
We are hands-on in everything. We started this business from scratch, from zero. So we've actually had to go through every single process together. And we actually started without any staff. So we did from planting to packaging, just us two, until we were able to afford a staff member and slowly grow from there. We're harvesting, we're packaging, and obviously Andrew's getting in all the orders and chatting to the customers throughout the day. So by the end of the day, we've got all the orders cut, ready, packaged, and then ready to go to the market.
Julle gee mens die idee dat niks julle terughou nie. Nothing is keeping you back. If you run into an obstacle, you work around it. You find some sort of solution.
Well, I think like exactly what Byron said. We started from scratch. So having to put all the money we made, the little bit of money we made in the beginning, straight back into it. We couldn't throw money at every obstacle that we ran into. We didn't come from this big money mindset. So every obstacle we had faced, we had created an innovative way to deal with it.
So hoe het julle die mark gekry en hoe het julle hom ontwikkel?
Well, I mean, we started off very small, just with 1 or 2 restaurants. We grew the stuff in the garage, took it to some restaurants. Phoned them a couple of days later, do you like it? Yes, we like it. Then can we send again?
Let me show you, we've got some products in the fridge here. The products do vary because we send to restaurants, we send to wholesalers, and we send to spas and retail shops. This here is beetroot. This is 250 grams. This will go to a restaurant. They'll probably order a couple of these every week, and we do supply to them twice a week. And this here is for the retail stores. So we've got our branding on here, we've got the weight, and yeah, this is actually biodegradable packaging.
Oh yeah.
It's compostable.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, so yeah, we're very happy to bring that into the business.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of plastics being used. To start a small business, it's not very easy to bring in new concepts. So let's have a look inside here and see what the product looks like. These are beet shoots. So you can see a nice red stem, green leaf, and yeah, very tasty. It tastes just like normal beetroot. Yeah, we got the violas and the dianthus. So yeah, nice for gins, nice for puddings.
Oh ja. Wel, alles van die beste met julle.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. It was a pleasure. It really was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Byron, baie dankie. Alles van die
Good luck with
beste.
the growing and the microgreens.
So as mens 'n produk kan kies wat nogal maklik is om te verbou, vinnig is om te verbou en wat redelik goedkoop kan wees, lyk hierdie vir my na 'n interessante ding en jy weet, jy het nie baie spasie nodig nie. Hulle kan die hele plaas hierin sit.
Van die reeks 1 is altyd baie geklem geleë op oor geleenthede waar jy min spasie het, maar hulle het met bitter min van al hierdie goeders, spasie, geld, kennis, begin en sukses gemaak.
Ek dink wat dit kompliseer is laat die feit dat in hulle geval weet hulle nie presies wat hulle môre nodig het nie, of jy weet eintlik vandag moet jy weet wat jy gister moes al gedoen het. Jy moet eintlik iets groei een van die mark, so dis wat ek het, dis my kapasiteit elke week per dag en daarvan
Vat dit alles?
Ja, want anders sit jy met produk wat jy moet kyk na alternatiewe, want hierdie produk groei sê maar tot 7 dae en dan word hy geoes. As hy dan nou nie gebruik word nie, wat gaan jy daarmee maak? Dan moet dalk gekyk word na alternatiewe as om hulle dalk te droog en dit as 'n kry of 'n ding te verkoop.
Ja. My groot probleem by my yskas is dat my slaaiblare verlep, want ek koop 'n slaaiblaar en dan eet ek miskien 1 slaai, miskien 2 dae uit en dan is die res op die einde. En dis wat hierdie ding vir my nice maak, dat jy koop so 'n boksie en jy kan daai boksie ingooi in jou slaai en shanana, jy het al die bestanddele wat jy nodig het en môre gaan koop jy 'n nuwe enetjie by 'n winkel wat dit het.
Ek dink dis 'n tendens oor die mark oor die algemeen in die afgelope tyd. Jy voel skuldig om daai goed weg te gooi.
Ja.
Daai wastefulness in ons verbruikspatrone is vir my ook 'n probleem. Ek dink daar's 'n massiewe uitdaging om by jou verbruiker uit te kom
Om vars en koud te hou,
en vars te hou. En daar's 'n beginsel, supply creates its own demand. So weer eens op hierdie oomblik is 'n demand creates its own supply. So jy moet as 'n besigheid probeer kom dat die verbruiker dit trek.
Wat vir my goed is om te sien is dat hulle het min geld gehad, maar hulle was kreatief geweest. Hulle het nie die nuutste en die duurste goed gekoop nie. Hulle het gegaan en gekyk wat beskikbaar is en dan so hulle besigheid gegroei.
Niks het in hulle pad gestaan, jy weet, soos hulle het sê net maar 'n groot bestelling skielik gekry en skielik moes hulle nuwe rakkies gebou het, maar hulle het sommer goedkoop hout gaan koop. Hulle het nou nie grand gegaan nie. En daai bakkies waarin hulle die
goeie mediums
plant
insit,
is sommer goedkoop catering.
Ja, dis skerp, dis kreatief.
Ja.
En 'n punt op dit is, mense konstant maak die fout dat kapitaal die beperkende faktor is. Kapitaal het ontstaan as gevolg van iemand se arbeid. So deur kreatiwiteit te gebruik, kan jy 'n sukses wees of 'n nisboer of 'n entrepreneur wees. Dit is al kapitaal wat jy nodig het. Kreatiwiteit.
Ja, deur nie te sê hierdie probleem is onoorkombaar nie, ek gaan 'n plan maak.
Ja.
Ja, maar daar het jy dit. Dis nou regtig 'n letterlike klein produk met groot potensiaal. 'n Regte nisboer. Dankie jy saam met ons gekuier het. Sien jou gou weer.
Volgende week kuier Kim by 3 inspirerende vrouens wat saam boer by Potchefstroom in KwaZulu-Natal. Ons leer hoe hulle tussen 'n wye verskeidenheid produkte, ook met 'n nisproduk, erfenis tematies begin boer en dit na die mark gebring het.